Hello, James Miller here, Commercial Director of Chambers Farms. We're one of the largest independent raspberry producers in the UK and in Europe, and we are independent, meaning that we work with a number of breeding companies from around the world. We've recently invested in a trial site in one of our larger farms in North Kent in the southeast of England, where we have 47 different varieties of raspberries on trial, which are starting to come into crop now. Varieties from all over the world, from North America, from Europe, from the British Isles as well. This is an invitation really for growers, breeders alike to come down, contact us and see 47 different varieties of raspberries all grown in the same spot under the same regime in a very controlled trial site. This will then lead us to feedback, and it's great feedback for the breeders as well in terms of how we develop our offer going forward, not only for the UK farms but overseas farms as well. And any interest, it's james@wbchambers.co.uk. Thanks very much.
Here we are on the Chambers trial site where we have 47 different varieties of raspberry we're growing. And it's quite good when you have replicated trials and lots of varieties in the same area, because you can see different traits coming out. You can see differences in, for example, here we're standing between two varieties which shall remain nameless. One is very susceptible to two-spotted spider mite, as you can see. It's attacked quite early on in the season and it's quite an advanced level of infection. Whereas on the other side, we have another variety where it's showing some symptoms, but very little. And you'd expect, being in such close proximity, that the insect pests would have at least made a much bigger inroad into this raspberry. So from here we can see that there's a raspberry which is showing either it is less tasty, it has some resistance to spotted spider mite.
And I think it's very important to say that different varieties fit different season, different customers, different timing. And I just want to show you down there a variety which is quite interesting. Again, we're not mentioning names, but look at this. This is beautiful. A lot of green raspberries, good timing, big berries, which they'll be really big and shiny hopefully. But one of the issues which we're seeing in the moment is you can see how the flowers are hanging down, and when they ripen, all the moisture and the dew in September, October will be sitting on the top. And we already had an experience with similar variety many years ago where the botrytis and the mildew will get them, and then they'll be no good for presenting to the customer. So this is a kind of a fantastic example of, at this stage you're thinking, no, this is the best variety, but maybe in 3 or 4 weeks time we'll see when we're going to be disappointed.
Why are we trying to grow so many varieties? It's really because not many people really understand how many varieties of raspberries out there. They see 2 or 3 varieties which are constantly on the shelves, but they are completely unaware of the history of raspberry breeding, what has gone before and what still can come. And we have to really make sure that as people come into the industry, they understand that it's not just the 2 or 3 varieties that they're constantly seeing, and there are other varieties out there which have equally good characteristics, equally good shelf life, equally good taste, sometimes better pest resistance and disease. Some varieties require very little husbandry, and others are very expensive to grow. You don't see everything. You really only see a shelf life report, a taste report. This trial actually shows everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. Yes, we are passionate about growing raspberries. We're probably the biggest raspberry grower in the UK. We have to be passionate about it. We want to see other people being educated and learning as to what there is out there. You won't see it unless you come to a trial like this. You just won't know.